Welcome everyone to the 9th and last day of our novena in preparation for Christmas. Today we're going to skip ahead a little to think about the birth of our Savior at midnight tonight so we can anticipate the joy of that moment. First of all, where did God choose to be born? He could have chosen any place he desired. A room in the Temple of Jerusalem might have seemed fitting. A room in Herod's palace would be quite comfortable. Or a nice warm room in the little house of Nazareth. God chose a poor, cold cave made into a stable for beasts of burden. Poverty. In place of a crib, a feeding manger for animals filled with straw. Joseph must have cried, seeing that was all he was able to offer the Son of God. Mary must have consoled him. At least they had their privacy, only an ox and their donkey to keep them company. At the birth of Jesus, the angels adored him. Mary adored him. Joseph adored him. Mary finally beheld with her eyes the child with whom she had been in intimate communion for 9 months. She finally beheld with her eyes the God who created the universe. She finally beheld with her eyes the God who had come to save us. Words could never describe all that she must have felt in that moment. Mary embraced him, her son. Mary warmed him. Mary wrapped him in the bands of cloth that were used in those days to keep infants warm. Mary loved him. What was Jesus thinking? What was he feeling in that moment when he began his journey as a child among the children of men? He had come to do the will of his Father. He had come to save his brothers and sisters. Now he could call them truly his brothers and sisters. He had come to save them from the darkness, from the empire of Satan, from the teachers of falsehood, from the harshness of the Mosaic law, and from the despotic dominion of the passions that made so many souls into slaves. To open the eyes of the blind, to set the prisoners free. Jesus was joyful. It was cold and dark. The winding bands restricted his movements. The straw wasn't too soft. But Jesus was content. Jesus was very happy. In the face of his mother, he saw the perfection of his creative work. In her eyes, he saw the grace of God, charity. Now, for this last day of the novena, I have a beautiful little story to tell you. It's from the life of Saint Teresa of Avila, the great Spanish Carmelite. She's known as Teresa of Avila because she was from the town of Avila. But her religious name, which she went by, was really Teresa of Jesus. One day, while the saint was in her monastery, she was surprised to see a beautiful little child on the stairway. "What's your name?" she asked him. Without answering, he asked her what her name was. "I am Teresa of Jesus," she replied. And the child said, "And I am Jesus of Teresa." Thought for the day, Jesus in the stable of Bethlehem. Prayer for the day, my God, I love you. The smallest, the shortest, perhaps certainly the best prayer. My God, I love you. Should be easy to remember. My God, I love you. Thank you all for your participation. Merry Christmas.
Fructum ventris tui,